This is Carl at XLR Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2025 XLR NITRO fifth wheel toy hauler. The model number is 41G14. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So we'll start at the door side rear. So you have your garage door and you have awning. I'm not going to drop the door right now. We'll do that when you pick up, because I've got one hand on the camera and the other one in my pocket here, so I can't really do it. But we'll take care of that for you. We'll talk about everything else. It has a railing on it. It has everything. It's loaded. You can see there's like I mentioned, a power awning and with LED strip. You've got a 6-point leveling system, auto leveling system. So I'll show you how that operates also. Okay, this will be your garage door here to enter the garage. You have an awning on your slide room and an awning on the side of the trailer. Both of them are powered awnings with LED strips. This will be television here. Okay. You have your folding steps with a rail on it. Of course, your garage here. Two LP tanks. Okay. It's cold. Okay, so you have a battery here, and then you have your generator here. Okay, so just let me look at this real quick so we can see what we're dealing with here. It's a gasoline powered generator. Okay. That you operate from inside. You can also operate it by removing this panel here. But of course most people, and there's also a switch there, but most people use the inside switch. Okay. Now, hopefully I got my keys in my pocket here. Okay, let's see what we have. If I can get lucky here. Oops. What does that say in there? Okay, is this one here? Bear with me, please. Close. This one here. I'm feeling good about this one. There we go. Okay. So here you have your water station. You have, of course, a sprayer with a coiled hose that attaches here. You have 5 configurations for these 3 valves. Right now, for example, it would be on city water. If you look at that drawing in the very center, that's the most common way to set it. Obviously, you just hook the hose, your city water hookup right onto here, onto this white hookup here, and you're all set. Now, if you're camping someplace without city water, you can put it into the power tank fill mode. Hook the hose here still, but you put in this mode with the valves in these positions, and it will fill the fresh water tank. And then when you get to the campground, you can go to dry camping and then use the water pump to pump the water out of your tank. All the plumbing will work as though you have city water. You'll just be pumping it out of the tank. And of course, siphon and sanitize, and then winterize. It's winterized right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it back just like it was for the heck of it. Okay. Now, this is your black tank flush here. So after you dump your black tank, you can hook the hose of the dump station right onto here. Make sure the valve is open. Your valves are down here. You can see them there pretty good. Make sure the black tank valve is open so too much pressure doesn't build up. Then turn on the water, it'll spray out to your black tank, it'll clean off the sensors, that sort of thing, okay? Alrighty, so this is your on-demand water heater here. You want to remember that there's a master switch right here. It's off now because it's winterized and the trailer has antifreeze in it. So when it's in storage, you'll have it off. Over the winter, you'll have it off. Just turn it on when you're going camping, of course. But keep in mind that that's there. I'll show you the control panel when we get inside. Okay, that's just your vent for your propane furnace. Once again, your leveling system. Let me come up here for a second. This is, you operate your outside, you can operate the leveling system from here. This might, I haven't looked inside at it, but I'm not sure if it has a second one inside. We'll look. But you turn this one on. The two most common commands is auto level and auto hitch height. So when you want to level it, you just push auto level. Now, you auto level it after you pull your tow vehicle out from underneath, right? So it always remembers the last position it was in before you auto leveled, right? That would be auto hitch height. So you'll auto level, and then when you're getting ready to leave, you'll come in here and you'll go push one arrow down, and it'll say auto hitch height, enter to begin. You'll push enter right there. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the other command you're going to use. This will return the trailer to the exact position it was in before you auto level. Therefore, you should be able to slide right underneath and hitch up. If you were to push level all, for example, it'll nosedive the trailer, so it won't hurt anything unless you've got something under the nose that'll squish it. So if you're ever going to push level all, make sure it's free and clear. There's no reason to do that. But to give you a better idea, you can come down farther. That's auto retract all, right? The one that you don't need to use. And then it'll give you options of operating manual. You can operate all the jacks independently of each other, that sort of thing. But let me get back around here. Get back to ready, where it's supposed to be, right there. So once again, you're going to push auto level, and it'll remember the position that it was in before you auto leveled. And when you're getting ready to leave, you make sure there's nothing underneath the front. You don't want to take any chances, but you'll push the one arrow down. It'll say auto hitch, push enter to begin. You push enter, and it'll return it to the position it was in before you auto leveled. Okay, I'm going to shut it off here. And these are the directions right here. They'll tell you the same thing I just told you, basically. Okay. All right. It's a very reliable system. It's by far the most common one we see. Very popular. Okay, so as we keep going here, you got a 50 amp system here. So you got a 50 amp power cord, and of course we give you a reducer to reduce it down to a 30, so you can plug in anywhere. This is your second black tank flush. So this has two toilets in it, so you have two black tanks. This would be the toilet in the black tank for the toilet that's in the garage area. So that's the second one. So you want to, after you dump your tank, which is right here, okay, after you dump it, you leave the valve open on the black tank, hook the hose on there, turn it on, flush it out, clean out, it'll clean off the sensors, like I said, clean it out, and then you'll be all set. But always, like I said, on the black tanks, always leave the black tank valve, flush valve open when you're running the water in there, okay? You don't want too much pressure to build in up. I'm starting to get hypothermia. This is your fill for your gas, for your generator, and these are your handset for your gas pump and your controller for your gas pump. There's also some switches inside I'll show you. Okay. Alrighty, so back around the other side. And here where we started off at. That looks to me, I mean, I can't swear to it because I can't see. I'll just stop. I won't say it because I'm just going to be speculating. It's better not to do that. Because once I start speculating, watch out. I'm going to close this to be safe. Okay. Let's go inside where it's warm. Okay. So, first thing we see when we come inside is your power converter. So this converts AC to DC power. Okay, so you start off with 120 AC when you're plugged into shore power. These are the circuit breakers here, like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled, right? That's like the distribution center you'd have in your basement. But then it has a DC converter, so it converts the 120 AC to 12 volt DC right here. You got 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled, so it converts AC to DC power here. It also will sense how much energy your battery up front in the battery compartment has and needs, and as long as you're plugged into shore power, it'll charge your battery also. So it also does that. So it has three functions. It's your control center for your 120 AC, it's an AC to DC converter, and a battery charger. It's called the power converter. Here you have your panel here. So this also has solar power, and it also has a inverter, power inverter. I should pull this off so we could. I won't. I'll let you pull it off. So this is your solar controller here. So basically, it's gonna rotate like it does through the different readouts that it gives you. When we get to it, we'll talk about it. So there's 13.4 volts DC in the system, which is perfect. So that's DC voltage. Below that, when we come around, it's going to tell you the amp gain, 0.0 at this point, but the panel's shut down. So on that same screen, it'll tell you the gain that you're getting from the solar panels and how much you're storing into your battery. Okay. 36 Fahrenheit. It'll also give you the total voltage you're getting off the panel. So when you get the DC, like the 12 volt DC 13.4, that's between the battery and the solar controller, for example. That's what's in your system. When it tells you, comes the other one and it's giving you, let's get to it, the higher voltage here, it's what's coming off the solar panel, so that's what's between the solar panel and the solar controller. Okay, there's plenty of literature on this. You can read more about it, and you can learn as much as you need to learn about it. It does other things too, but those are the most common functions for it. Like I said, it'll tell you how much DC voltage is in your system and how much you're gaining from the sun. Those are the two most important things, right? This is the inverter here, right? So you can see it just lit up. Inversion is the opposite of conversion. Conversion is converting AC to DC power. Inversion is converting DC to AC power. Okay? If you have two batteries, the more storage you have in your batteries, the better when you're using inversion, because you have a limited DC power which is stored in your batteries, and you're converting that to AC power. So the more storage you have, the better. If you're going the other way, if you're converting from AC to DC, you're plugged into shore power, so you got an endless supply of AC power that's being converted to DC. When you're going the other way, when you're inverting, you're limited by how much DC is stored in your battery. Okay. Let me just look over here for a second so we can see what we've got here in this one. Out of curiosity, I just want to look at it. Yeah. So this is a 12 volt DC refrigerator also, so that's good. They're switching over to all 12 volt DC refrigerators. It started off with just a few of them, now they're becoming pretty much standard, so that's good. This is to control your fan here. You can see it up here. It has a motorized cover on it, and everything, 4 different fan speeds, so you have all that. thermostat, of course, which pretty much works like they all do. When it comes to your slide rooms, you have 3 slide rooms here, and then you have your 2 awnings here, all powered, of course. They're all electric, no hydraulic. And when it comes to the awnings, of course, never leave them out unattended. If you leave them out, eventually they're going to get damaged by the weather. So if you're not going to be there, roll them in. Your generator, you operate it from here. To prime it, you go this way till it lights up. You push stop till it lights up, then you're going to start it. Okay. These are all lights here. This is for your refrigerator. Now this is important. You can turn your refrigerator on and off. The refrigerator, when it comes to gobbling up 12-volt DC, it's going to be probably the biggest culprit in here. So if you want, if you're not using it or you're in storage, for example, you can shut the refrigerator off, and therefore all the battery you're gaining from the solar panels, for example, will go into storage. So when you hook up to the trailer, you'll have charged batteries, for example. If the refrigerator was left on, then it would be basically using all the voltage that is gained from the sun and then some. So you'd always be drained down. So that's a good feature. Your water pump is here. That's for pumping water out of the fresh water tank, like we talked about. That's also used to winterize the trailer. You have tank heaters on here. On all the tanks have pads on them. And your fuel pump on and off master switch is right here. Okay. And of course your levels, it works the same on every trailer. You graduate up in 1/3 increments, and you got your different tanks, and your battery is charged, that sort of thing. Okay. Okay. So that about covers it. Hopefully I'm making sense. Let me get something straight here, because I think I gave you some bad information here. So. Yeah, it's weird. It's just a Well, it looks like it has the Furion mark on it. I tell you what, I said this is a thermostat, and I didn't prep this trailer, so I'm going to do the right thing, and I'm going to find out what this is, so when you pick up, we know. It looks like a regular thermostat to me. I've never seen one before. This is a thermostat I'm used to seeing here. This one is pretty typical. You just push it. It says off, and then you'll push it. Off is blinking. To again. Then I'll rotate the knob, and you're going to go to cool, and then heat. I'll hit heat, and then if you want to change 70, if you want to change the temperature, you can. And you push it again, and now the furnace is running. Okay. You do the same thing for let me see here, so I understand. I'm going to give you the right information here. You know, I'm thinking that this is just for the furnace, and this is for the air conditioner. That's what I'm thinking right now. But I'm going to find out for sure. I think, right now I'm thinking that this is just wired for the furnace, the typical thermostat, and then I think this one might be for the air conditioner. But I'll find out for you, I promise. And I apologize for not knowing. I don't normally come into a trailer not know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Alright, microwave works like any other microwave, of course. Your cooktop, or your range with your 3 burners, you're just going to select and push in to light it. Very simple, you can see that. Okay. Oven works the same way. It has a light, of course. This is your battery, oh my goodness sakes. This is your tire monitor right here. So basically your tires each have a sensor that's stuck on the wheel itself inside the tire directly across from the valve stem. So you'll be able to program this so it'll tell you the temperature of the hubs, and it'll give you an audible warning if it gets too hot, for example. And it'll tell you the pressure in all the tires, and it'll give you an audible warning if you lose pressure or however you set it. So it's a really good system, and like I said, each wheel has a sensor stuck on the wheel inside the tire directly across from the valve stem. So when you're setting this, you get really close to that part of the wheel, so you don't get interference from the other sensors, and you just program it. Okay. Refrigerator we talked about. Now this is the new style sink. It's got a waterfall in it, of all things. So basically, this is the knob for it. This picture here, the small character here, is for this right here. So you turn it on right here by going to that side. There's a waterfall right here. I can't run it because it has antifreeze in it right now, but there's a waterfall right here which will flow out, right? So you can set a plate there and it'll wash right over the entire plate, for example. That's this one here, so you'll turn it this way in order to operate the waterfall. Okay. This is a glass washer. You're going to put the glass upside down on it and push down on it, and it'll spray the cup out. Of course, a dispenser. Alrighty, and hot and cold. So it does all that, and it has several attachments, as you can see. So that's pretty cool. Alright, let's see what else we have here. Tons of storage. This is for your refrigerator. Never travel without this on your refrigerator doors. In here somewhere, here, let's find it. You probably know all this, but let's see, this one is going to be right here. So basically you're going to screw this in up here, and it'll keep your doors from flying open when you're going down the road and getting damaged. All right. Okay, I got to pick up the pace here. I only got 30 minutes till this resets here. So, of course, your seating, recliners. It's got powered, it's got powered footrest and back. Your fireplace is a space heater, so you can change the color of it, color of the flame of the crystals, and the temperature. This is your sound bar. And there's going to be a remote for all these things, but this is a Bluetooth soundbar. AM, FM radio. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream from your phone to your tablet. All the usual stuff. Of course, TV. When it comes to the back, like I said, we'll go over that with you. But it's this is all the best, basically, right here. The best that Lippert has. So you have your bunk up here. These are relatively comfortable seats compared to the way they used to be. You can remove this table and you can turn this into a bed. The backs just roll over. You can turn it into a bed. So there's a lot of options. You can fold them out of the way so you can pull your 4x4, your dirt bikes or your motorbikes, whatever you have, and strap them to the floor, of course. So it's really cool. When it comes to your black, I talked about the other black tank and toilet. That's right here. You pull this forward and turn it into a bathroom. Okay. Of course, your vanity sink. Here's another one of these, which I think is for this air conditioner here. Yeah. Oh yeah, because I can see the same mark on it now. That's those 3 lines. So that is what it's for. See, I just learned something. It's good. Your bed lift is here. Your awning on the back. This is Bluetooth here, so you can stream from your phone here. It's got 2 speaker zones, and so it's a Bluetooth device. This is the monitor for your gray and black tank back here. All right. You have a loft up here, of course, for the kids and grandkids. TV hookup. The green lights on your coax hookup are telling us that the digital antenna is turned on. You can't really see it from here, but there's little buttons below it. You can push those buttons and shut it off, but you won't get a good picture. So if you're not getting a good picture, make sure you look at those and make sure that the antennas are turned on. Okay. Now we're cooking, sort of. Okay, so come up here to the bathroom. Okay, so this is a GFCI here. There's going to be a few of them in this trailer. All the plugs are wired through a GFCI, even the ones that aren't GFCIs. Like the one outside is a regular plug. If you're using it out there and it pops, you're going to reset it in here. All of the receptacles are wired through a GFCI. So anytime you're having trouble with one of them, think GFCI. This is the controller for your on-demand water. It's kind of hard to see here, but we'll do the best we can here. Okay, so this is just on and off. This lower one here changes from Celsius to Fahrenheit. These control the heat. So when you turn it on, which I can't right now, it's got antifreeze in it and it's shut down, but it'll light up and you'll see a wheel turning, right? But before the wheel turning, the first thing you'll see is a temperature. It'll usually say 120 Fahrenheit, 115 Fahrenheit. You can set it, raise it, lower it right here. 115, 120 are pretty common temperatures to leave it at. So when you turn on a hot water tap, any tap in the trailer or outside the trailer, you turn it on and you'll see a wheel start to turn, and then a flame will pop up and it'll show you that it's lighting. Once it lights, you'll see the temperature start to rise, and it'll rise very quickly to your preset temperature. Let's say it's 120. It'll rise real quickly and you'll have on-demand water, and it heats up fast, and it's great for the showers. Obviously, you don't have just a 6 or a 10-gallon tank. You got real hot water, so it's a good thing. The toilet works the same way as the other one. If you have a flush pedal here, you come in here, you hook up your power to your water, obviously, before you come in. You drop a dose of chemical right in the bowl, then you step on the pedal and hold it down until at least a gallon of water goes into the tank below along with the dose of chemical. You can use more than a gallon of water, just don't use less. And once you do that, you're ready. If you don't do that, if you use it dry, it'll get clogged up, it'll smell terrible, it'll just be a real mess. So you always want to make sure that you use at least a gallon of water and a dose of chemical in both tanks. Always have this latched when you're traveling. These doors have to be latched back like this, or odds are eventually they'll break from slamming into each other and that sort of thing. So if you latch them, you'll never have trouble with it. Okay, so we're rolling here. Okay. Okay, this one's a GFCI also. Okay, so it's prepped for a washer dryer, either a combo or a stackable, whichever one you want. Okay, you always latch the sliding doors if there's a latch on it. You don't want them just to swing or to slide open and shut, because they will get damaged, just like the shower door. So, but these look like they've got magnets on them here. Okay. Yep, and there's your third air conditioning zone there. Okay. Great. The storage under here. Okay. Another TV hookup here. This is you can scan this code here. If you're interested in getting better public Wi-Fi for your family, you would get the kit for this. This is pre-wired. It's got a port on the roof and this one right here. A router would go right here and an antenna will go on the roof. Now it says 4G here. Most people don't disregard that. They're not interested in getting 4G, but they are interested in the public Wi-Fi booster. So if you're interested in getting better, more reliable Wi-Fi for your family, then you might be interested in getting that. Okay, there's another sticker for it there. Okay, so I think that's it. Let me look around a bit here. I was off to a slow start, but I think we got it all now. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. The manufacturer states every 90 days the roof should be inspected. So if you could send somebody up there to look around, make sure there's no damage to the roofing material or roofing attachments by, let's say, road debris or low branches or anything like that. There's no cracking or separation where water can get through at the sealant, anything like that. You just want to inspect it just in case, because you can't see what's happening up there unless you look. Odds are you won't have to do anything for years, but you don't know for sure unless you look. So make sure you do that. And right now this is winterized. The water's been purged from the system. It's replaced with antifreeze, so you're all set for the winter. Okay? Any other questions you have when you pick up, we'll work with you. We'll also drop the garage door in the back, and we can show you the lift, the bed lift, everything you need to see. Okay? Thank you very much.